starting our last section for this topic, which is solving logarithmic equations. So we're going to be solving the equation for a specified variable. Now, for some reason, my animations are not working very well for this part of the presentation, but our goal is to solve the equation for x. And this is an exponential equation, and we need to isolate the variable. So I really should have called this solving exponential equations using logarithms, because that's really what we're going to do. When we solve an equation, we use inverse operations. So if we have an exponential equation and we want to isolate the variable, then we need to use a logarithm to undo that exponential function. Okay, so the very first part, though, is going to be to isolate the exponential part, because the 2 and the 3 are not being multiplied together. It's 3 to the x that is being multiplied by 2. So we need to move that 2 over to the other side. All right, so we've got y over 2 equals 3 to the x. And then at this point, we can isolate that x by rewriting the expression or the equation in logarithmic form. So it's going to be log base 3, because the base is 3. The answer y over 2 goes inside the log, and then our exponent, the x, goes on the right side, and now we've done it. We have isolated the x. So we have solved the equation for x. Okay, so let's practice another one. This one also has a preliminary step to writing the problem in logarithmic form. Okay, and unfortunately, like I said, my animations are not really working on this correctly. So we're going to isolate that exponential part by adding 1 to both sides. And then it's up to you kind of how you want to do this next step. You can rewrite the equation in logarithmic form, and this is a log base 10 or a common log. Some people, and this is the way I personally prefer to do it, is to take the log base 10 of both sides of the equation. A log base 10 and a 10 base cancel out basically, and we're left with just x on the right side. So, and then on the left side we've got log base 10, or just log of y plus 1 for our answer. Okay, so here is a final one, and again, it's not quite working out the way I had planned, but that's okay. So this is one where we need to isolate the x. We've got more variables this time, but that's okay. We can do it. So first, I'd like you to add b to both sides. You might write this down on your paper. Practice getting this one done. I'm going to go ahead and give you all the steps and then see if we end in the same spot. So, oh, now they're all out of order. So we're also going to divide by a so that we get that exponential part entirely by itself, and then lastly rewrite in logarithmic form. So if you need a minute to pause the recording before you check your answer here, go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this so you can see it all worked out. The 4 is the base, okay? And we had to add the b over and then divide by a. So that's everything that's inside of our log base 4, and then that equals x all by itself. All right, so at this point you're ready to finish question 5 on the quiz. And thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to let me know at any time if you have any questions about our class. And thanks again for watching this playlist.